The views and opinions expressed on Lifeguards Off Duty are those of its hosts and guests exclusively. They do not represent any entity, organization, or municipality.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Michael Kachmar,
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Sean.
and this is Lifeguards Off Duty with Dr. Michael Kachmar, the Jersey Shore #1 lifeguard-themed video podcast.
Watch us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook Live. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever streaming service you prefer.
If you would like to contact us, send an email to drkachmar@icloud.com. Follow us on Instagram at lg.association.
All right, let's get started.
Let's start the show.
Let's do it.
She said they gonna lock you up for killing me tonight. And then I bit her lip just to
Have to do that. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Michael Kachmar. This is Lifeguards Off Duty with Dr. Michael Kachmar. Today's date is December the 5th, the year of our Lord, 2022. We have the whole crew today, and we have a really great show today. I just want to go to the whiteboard, and then I'll introduce everybody. They're gonna start the show with some of their information, but this is a show that we wanted to talk about for a while, but we've been kind of waiting for the information to come out. So this is overtime. We're gonna talk about overtime that's in the state of New Jersey is obligated for lifeguards. There's been a lot of talk about whether or not it's accurate or not. So we're going to really hit it today, and we're going to give all the information from the federal government to the state and what's the law in the state of New Jersey. So anyway, we have Tyler today. Hey, Tyler. I like that shirt. What's that say?
It was the half marathon we ran.
Oh, that's really nice. And we have...
I'm drinking the Guinness from
Hello.
Oh, yeah, and we have
your
Sean.
wedding today.
Oh, good. So anyway, who are we going to start with? You, Tyler? Who are we going to start with today? What do you guys want to talk about your the whiteboard stuff? What do you have up there? Silver service test, 5,000 meter.
Cash, how was
no,
your
no,
Cash,
no,
wait, no, Kachmar,
yeah.
how was your day?
How was my
How
day?
was your day?
My day was good. I worked all day. Saw patients all
Us
day.
too.
Saw patients all day. I had a lot of work.
So
So you see what we wrote at the top there? So the way that was supposed to go was you were supposed to go, "Hey guys, how was your week and how was your day?" And then we were
Okay.
gonna try to naturally talk about those things.
Oh, okay.
But now
Well,
that
it's on the
you've-
whiteboard, so you know you
Yeah,
can't
but
put it on the
they're
whiteboard.
small at the top.
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay.
Sean took his civil service test.
Good.
Which is, like dope.
yes, I did last week.
Wow.
Excited for the future.
How did you feel when you took the test? Like, did you think you know?
Yeah, I think I did.
Was
good.
it isn't like stupid questions like?
It was some pretty it's just basic like critical thinking questions in the beginning, and then like a lot of Likert scale, strongly disagree,
Right,
very
right.
diagree. How do you feel about these situations?
I always think about civil service, like like you work in the, like cleaning up the parks and stuff, and
Like the dudes you always see just hanging out, not working on the side of the
yeah,
road.
like I could see some of the questions, like what if there's 10 bottles on the ground, empty bottles, and you don't have a bag anymore? How are you going to pick them up or stuff like that? But I don't know who
Can you crush the
I
bottles?
think it's all government employees.
Yeah, I think civil service, right? There's all kinds of civil service. Would you take it for being a cop too? Like, is that
Can you? Yeah, you do. I think you do.
civil service
Yeah.
is like a
So what
generalized?
classifies as a government employee? Are we not government employees at the beach?
I guess I don't know how that works.
Yeah, but we never took a civil
Yeah.
service. Yeah.
Like
We're-
if you were to become, say, a police officer or a firefighter as a result of this exam,
Ideally,
would you be a state employee or like a county
no,
employee?
you would be
or
a
township
municipal employee.
Depends on who you work for. It's all government, but county is government. So is state. Your state trooper, your state. County, your sheriff, your county.
I'm sure it's the level of
Municipality.
like government supplied
Right.
like insurances and
Right.
things.
We as lifeguards. Thing is, unless you're full time, and like say in Belmar beaches, the lifeguards are under the police department, I think. So now you're working for the department. Lifeguards in California
They're
or
full-time.
Florida, they're full time and they work under a department. And when you have a department, like state of New Jersey, you have a police department. They have a whole administrative what do you call it? Protocol. They're chartered, so they have a captain of a police captain is, means something. Captain is a lifeguard. I mean, it could be just.
Means something to me.
Well, it means something, but my point is that when you talk about civil service, and there's a whole set of protocols and laws and obligations that you have to follow. But anyway, so get Sean. So
We're
good luck.
talking about full-time government employees, Cashmore.
Right.
Isn't it fun how things can just segue when you let the room breathe a little bit?
Yeah. So how'd you do?
I think I did good. I'm going to find out in March, I believe.
Good.
We also finished rowing 500,000 meters last month.
Wow. How'd
That
that
was
feel?
Brutal.
Rowing sucks.
Yeah, I don't.
I
I
mean-
might never touch that.
No,
machine.
I don't mind it. I definitely not every day as my main source of working out.
See, you just guys don't into it. I mean, I rode thousands and thousands of miles. I mean, I love rowing.
What was like your average workout?
5 mile row.
Which
West
is
Point
like-
Island. It's about 25 minutes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we rode 6, by the way, daily, and he
Yeah, that's in a boat
for a
We're-
whole month.
That's different. I would row a boat 6 miles a day, no problem.
Oh, you're talking about the rowing machine. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah, I mean, that's
like
boring.
how many meters would you do if you were to?
Usually 5.
Yeah.
I usually do
Oh,
500. Excuse me, 5,000. I usually do
Yeah.
5,000 meters. But let me tell you something about the concept tow row and talk about how it sucks. There's thousands and thousands of people that row that thing, especially in college because they're crew and they train with that when they can't go out and crew. That's a big thing. And there's people like all around the world that have these contests. I agree with you. It's boring as hell. I'll either do 2,500 yards or 5,000.
Well, when we first mentioned that we were doing that, you said that what you used to do was go for 5,000 meters in 20 minutes.
Under 20.
Yeah, and my first go, I did that in about 25, 30 minutes. But by the end of the month, I had just missed it. On my last row, I
I
just
know,
missed
it's
it by
hard.
45 seconds.
And don't let me. And,
I got 5,000 meters in
Right.
20 minutes and 45 seconds.
And let me tell you something, like casino, like we talk about Joe, how good of an athlete is. He'd get down to like 18 something.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then we used to do the 2,500 yards, 2,500 yards, try to do it in 10 minutes. That's a little harder. And I can tell you, right, you're chucking along. You really got to work at it. And it's like, but that's good. And I'm doing it at my house now, but I don't hit it hard. But anyway, that's good that you did that.
Yeah. So this month, right? I mean, Sean, do you have anything else you want to
No.
point out about rowing? Yeah, this month we're going for a yoga challenge. We're trying to do 20 days of yoga within the month of
Good.
December.
Nice way to just chill out and end the year.
Yeah. Trying to limber up a little bit. Have you ever done yoga?
Yeah, I do it. I've done it. I've done it with the
You were in
Darwin.
Virginia do it?
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine used to go to yoga, and he used to tell me, this is years ago, he goes, oh man, you pick up girls there all the time. And he'd go there, and he actually, this guy was a real piece of work. He had it all down. And he would go there with a dog. He had this like little
You
dog.
went to do yoga with a dog?
Yeah. Oh, the girls, he would, listen, this guy, I mean, he every time I see him somewhere out, he had a different girlfriend. I mean, he's like, he's going to all these yogas with
What kind of dog was it? Was
it
it
was
like
like a little fluffy
like purse dog?
It was like a little a lap dog.
Wow.
And the guy was like a total,
Slinging it.
total, what do you call it?
I don't know what do you call it.
Schmooze bag?
Yeah, he was definitely a womanizer. Anyway, so
I wonder if they probably have like dedicated dog yoga classes.
For sure. There's goat yoga. Yeah.
there's all kinds.
How does
yeah.
the goat get worked
There's
into the
just
yoga?
little baby lambs that jump on you while you're doing stuff.
All right. Well,
That actually sounds amazing.
so anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes today because
Wait,
I've
hold
been-
on, hold on,
okay.
hold on.
What?
I have a transition. And now we're into the next part of our show.
Oh wow, I like that. That's good. So let's go over here to the whiteboard. So this is the thing. Over the years, there's been this controversy whether or not in New Jersey lifeguards are entitled to overtime pay. Over 40 hours, you get overtime pay. So it's been back and forth, yes, no. And I've been talking to Tim Hartman for a while. And our beach patrol, by the way, Seaside Heights, we've been paying overtime for quite a few years. I don't know, how many other beach patrols have, but we're going to talk about it now because basically the cat's out of the bag. So let's go to the my iPad, please. So here's here's the article that came out that kind of broke it all. So this is Jim Walsh. This is out of the Courier Post, and this is published October 28th, 2022. Shore towns say they didn't know lifeguard OT pay change. They're on the hook for $400,000. So if you look here, a state agency has ordered the payment of more than $400,000 in overtime to lifeguards in 3 South Jersey towns. The decision affects 347 lifeguards in Atlantic City, Avon, and Stone Harbor, according to the State Department of Labor and Workforce Development. But officials in Avon and Stone Harbor are faulting the state government, saying they were not told that a 2019 law made seasonal lifeguards eligible for overtime. So 19, 20, 21, 22. We've been paying it when it came out. Our town attorneys, determined that that's what the case was. And not for nothing, Seaside Heights has always been, we've been pretty good on. I think we've always been ahead of the curve.
We've always had the best attorneys.
Yeah, that too. The borough of Stone Harbor had no idea that the law had changed. Municipal spokesman Bob Smith said in a statement, there was no communication from the state, nor was this information included in local finance note. We didn't expect a phone call or a tap on the shoulder, but some sort of heads up from the Department of Labor would have been welcome. So anyway, blah, 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 wage did not require, so lifeguards previously were subject to federal law, that did not require overtime pay for town season employees. And
So so 4 towns in New Jersey did not know that they'd be paying overtime and weren't?
there was a lot of other towns.
There's more?
Yeah. Well, no. I don't know how many towns were paying overtime and weren't. The state,
I'm
there's
saying
no,
according to the article you just read.
no, they're just saying those 3 towns that they
Okay.
cited. Now, with the article, if you continue on here, let me go here. So here's it going. The Department of Labor said lifeguard complaints prompted its investigation overtime practice 3 towns. The largest department underpaid was Atlantic City, $197,000. I'm going to go forward here with the article, but if you keep on reading here, there's I don't know if I have it here. What they did, there's another article out there. You could go back to me. They've gone to, now the state of New Jersey, Department of Labor has contacted over 57 beach patrols. So they're contacting everybody, okay? And they're asking for records on their overtime pay. And they also, the other thing that they cited, they didn't have in this article, is that they also found the lifeguard departments were deficient in monitoring underage. So anybody under 18 has to have working papers, and you have to document their in and out of the time. In other words, when they clocked in, when they have go out on a lunch break, and when they come back in. That also has to be documented, and also you have to, again, have your records and pay overtime. So every town is being investigated now. How many towns are going to have to pay overtime? Depends if they didn't pay it. If they haven't been paying overtime since 2019, they are in the rears, and they are probably going to have to be forced to pay. So that's, you understand that? Now, why is there all of this confusion? Because that's really the key. What's going on here? So let me find another article here, and I'm going to go here. And I just want to show you, let me get this, the Labor Department, the government.
I mean, if we had to take a guess, some towns didn't want to have to pay extra money.
I don't know if they knew about it or not, because here's the controversy. We talked about, listen, I have conversations with lifeguards, captains, and chiefs over the past years, and what it boils down to is this. This is where the controversy was, if they knew it, and I'm going to show you. The federal government, there's an opinion letter from the Department of Labor. This is the federal government.
You got that on your iPad?
Yes, we got that.
Would you like me to pull that up?
Yes, pull this up right here. So, and let me make a point. So this is
figuring out the hotkeys over here.
Look at you.
This is from the federal government. The federal government basically says that lifeguards are seasonal and they're not entitled to overtime pay. Okay, there's not an exemption. You got to understand, the federal government, most people who work are entitled to overtime pay.
Federal government is saying lifeguards
are exempt.
Okay.
We should see
Seasonal lifeguards.
what Chip Moore has to say about this stuff.
No, this is all he does. I talked to him about it. This is where the problem was. What happened was, though, the federal government says lifeguards are not exempt are exempt from overtime pay. That's the law. But the state of New Jersey in 2019 changed their law, the state law. You understand? So the state law says lifeguards are not exempt from overtime pay, and they need to get it. So there's where the conflict is. People were reading the federal law, and they weren't reading the state law. I'm going to show you both, okay? But basically here, this is term seasonal amusement occupation shall mean any activity as an employee in an establishment which exclusively an amusement recreation does not operate more than, blah, 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 blah. But basically, if you go here, the term, this might be the state here, penalties. So camps and beaches. So this is, I'm trying to say, this is the New Jersey state. So here it is, here. This is New Jersey one. I'll get the federal government in a minute. So there's New Jersey. The term shall pertain to amusement rides, device operators, cashiers who sell tickets here. The term does not pertain to camps, beach, and swimming facilities, movie theaters, theatrical productions, athletic events, professional, on and on.
The key is beach.
So basically, the only people who get exemption to the overtime would be people who work like on a boardwalk on a ride. Okay, this is the state of New Jersey right here. This is
So if they work on a ride, you can just let them rot in that little box.
Yes, yes. But
Well,
but for
I mean,
our,
just so happens that a lot of people that work there are Russian and
from
overseas.
I don't know. That's a good question. Why did they carve that? Because right now, this is who has to get overtime. The term shall pertain to. So this is overtime. You're exempt. Amusement rides and amusement device operators, cashiers who sell tickets for the rides and devices, and operators of game concessions, but shall not include retail, eating, or drinking concessions. This term does not pertain to camps, beach, and swimming facilities. There's where it is right there. Movie theaters, theatrical excuse me, that's a hard time saying. Athletic events, professional entertainment, pool and billiard parlors, outdoor shows, sport activities, country club athletic facilities, bowling alleys, racetracks, and the like facilities which are not part of the diverse amusement enterprise. So basically, anybody who is in those situations needs to be paid overtime.
How many of bowling alleys, country club athletic facilities, sports activities, how many of these are attractive nuisances?
Right. Let me ask you this, though. Follow this one, too. Here, look at this one here. Wow. This is minors under 18 of age must be paid minimum wage when employees in occupations covered by this statute. Seasonal amusement occupation is covered by a different code and does not require minors under 18 of age to be paid the minimum wage. It's pretty interesting. So you could get at it. So this is the New Jersey. So New Jersey specifically states right now, since 2019, you have to pay lifeguards overtime. Okay? You have to. You follow me?
That wasn't there was nothing before 2019?
Not state. The only one who you had was federal. I'm going to pull up the federal. So
Cash, can you turn the volume down on my headphones? Just on my headphones.
Good. Does that feel better?
Oh my God! Yeah, you've been screaming in my ears this whole.
So here's the now this is the U.S. Department of Labor. Okay, this is a letter, an opinion letter. Okay, and this was
written by whom?
This was I'll tell you in a minute. And this was actually, I don't know who it was written by, but it was sent out here. Alexander J. Pasquarino,
Pasantino.
All right, so let me just read this here. So this was a letter that he sent out because somebody asked him about lifeguards. This is dated January 14, 2009. Now again, so if you read here.
Oh, this is old.
Yeah, but it's, it goes here. This is in response to your request for an opinion regarding whether the minimum wage and overtime exemption for seasonal amusement or recreational establishments in the Fair Labor Act's, right, Fair Labor Standards Act, which is FLSA, applies to lifeguards at town beaches. It is our opinion that this exemption applies to these lifeguards, which means they're exempt from overtime pay.
This is a dude that wears a suit in an office that is so removed from what is happening to think that these kids don't deserve overtime pay.
Mm-hmm.
Prick.
So
seriously.
So I just want people to understand, this is where the rift was. People were looking at this and going, oh no, he says it's an opinion. But they don't look at the state statute. Now, what I asked the lawyers is that, there's a supremacy law in the world, in the United States. So the federal government's supposed to be supreme over state laws if it's say like
I thought it was the other way around. The states have the right
No.
to make their own laws.
No.
they do, but here's the thing.
Well,
Let's just
yes.
say let's say with civil
but
rights
you're saying
laws.
I can make my own laws, but the government, like they used to do in California with the medical
The
dispensaries.
drinking age is 21.
No, there's certain. But
You
here's
can
the thing.
go over it, but you
No.
can't go under it. Now.
Right. So in other words, if the federal government says the drinking age is 21, right? You can't go under, but you could go over and say, okay, it's 22. So here,
What a jerk state that would be, right?
oh, but here, my point is that the state of New Jersey is actually making it theoretically more beneficial for workers, more protection. So the federal government's, kind of like on it. So I
can jive with
so
that.
This is an article here. Just I want people to go to this. This is FLSA 2009-5, and this is a letter. And you guys could read it, and it goes. It talks about several places of business. So it says, as used in the FLSA, the term establishment, and you got all these things here, and recreational. It goes through the whole thing again. And so the fact that some of the lifeguards may work more than 7 months in the year maintaining the equipment would not serve to deny the exemption under the section. Provided the establishment beach is not as a recreation facility, protected swimming for more than 7 months in a year. Basically, this is what they looked at, okay? I just want to give you this. This is why there's confusion. I don't think it's any collusion on the beach patrol's part, but you have to understand that's how it came down. And
I mean, yeah. Why would I, as a beach patrol, pay overtime when I wasn't required to by law?
right.
It's not their fault.
Right. So let me just go with this now. What's the big deal about this? And let me just make sure I have everything here. So this was labor. That was the government. We went through that. That's
Seasonal amusement occupations.
no. I want to go here. So this is so don't put this on you. So now, yeah. So go to whiteboard. So we talked about U.S. Department of Labor. So in U.S. Department of Labor says lifeguards don't get overtime. That's a 2009 opinion letter. And you know who was right on with this was Tim Harmon. The guy knows his stuff. The law, the seasonal amusement occupation section of the state New Jersey labor law is very specific. Lifeguards, no matter how many hours they work, they need overtime after 40 hours. That's the law. And now they just cited 3 beaches so far, and they're looking at every other beach. So every other beach is going to be evaluated. State's going to evaluate them, and if they are not doing it, they're going to get have to pay back taxes, whatever. Now, what is this going to mean, and what's going to happen? So, what if you're a beach patrol now? What are you going to do about this? Like, how would you, how are you going to deal with this? You can't. Say the town comes back to you and says you can't hire these people more than 40. I don't want a lifeguard working more than 40 hours. What do you do now?
Hire more lifeguards.
Okay, but how if you don't get them?
And then
What if you don't get them? What if you can't? I mean, we're having a hard time getting lifeguards. Now you can't have overtime, or the town's going to have to pay overtime. But let's just say,
put less stands on the beach.
okay, what do you think, Sean? What's your, how well?
That's not my serious answer, by the way.
No,
What I think they should do, or what I think they will do.
both.
We started opening up later at our beach to
Don't say what we do.
cut down on pay.
Don't
we-
say.
We do.
All right. All right. Good. All right.
I'm going to stand by Sean's
Yeah.
statement.
Okay.
We,
all right.
we open an
Publicly.
hour later
We stand. Either we stay together. What is it? We hang together, or we hang separately. I guess I'll just stand with him too. That's what the founding. That's what that was a famous.
All right, little rebellion happened.
That was that was the
studio right now.
that was when they signed the Declaration of Independence. They were.
It sounded like you just called it the Declaration of Dependence.
No.
What would that? How would that letter read?
But
Not
what
good.
Ben Franklin said, he said, he goes, nothing but this, bring everybody together, because if you don't bring everybody together, they say if you don't hang together, we'll hang separately. Anyway, so let's go. What I think it could
good
happen.
quote.
Here's what I want to make sure, because this is the thing that I don't want to happen. The town's going to have pressure to keep the overtime down. Why? Because they're going to have to pay more money. So think about it.
Yeah,
If
they're
you
gonna,
had
they're going to try and find ways to cut hours and limit overtime.
Right. And that's exactly right. Because if you had 50 lifeguards now, and say half of them were doing overtime, the town's going to say no, and then that means you're not going to have enough lifeguards. And so you could get more lifeguards, but there's a sweet point where it's going to cost you more or less. You could reduce the amount of beach time, like you said, open up later. Most beaches have lifeguards on the beach at 9 o'clock, but they open up at 10. But is there coverage there? The other thing you could do is close beaches. You could, start later in the season, close earlier in the season. Whatever, there's things. But I want to put down what does the state of New Jersey say as far as the law on what you can do, what's required, what's the bare minimum of lifeguards that need to be on the beach.
What is the bare minimum?
Okay,
of
go to
lifeguards,
my,
Cashmore?
go to
I knew
this.
you were
Okay.
ready for this.
So this is the New Jersey Health Department. This is under bathing beach supervision. This is section 8 dash, I think 26-5, section 10. And this is a bathing beach shall be under the supervision of a designated adult supervisor, which is interesting. You're supposed to have, it says the name and the telephone number of the designated adult supervisor shall be conspicuously posted, which is pretty interesting. And the hours of operation. And there's the things in here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, read it if you want to.
Scroll back up for a second.
Good.
Bathing beach supervision. A bathing beach should be under the supervision of an adult, a designated. So is that like you?
Yeah.
Or is that the beach patrol as an entity?
Yeah, it's probably the entity. We put the number and everything.
Do you get what I'm asking though?
Yeah,
Is this designated adult supervisor the Seaside Heights Beach Patrol, or is it the captain of the Seaside Heights Beach Patrol?
It's hard. I've seen some beaches that have the captain who's on duty, their name right there, and their phone number. So it depends on how you read it. But that's not. I don't want to dwell on that. This is what I want to dwell on.
I've seen that. Is that a Lavalette thing with the chalkboard, or where have you seen that?
Nah, I don't know.
I've seen that too. I don't know.
Yeah,
if they
I don't
do
know
it.
where. But I want to get down to here's the key: lifeguard requirements as follows. This is key. Section C, paragraph or line 1. At least one lifeguard for every 300 feet of designating bathing area shall be on duty at all times when an ocean or bay bathing beach is in operation. Now, listen, but then it goes, here's where it gets confusing. Look at line 2. At least 2 lifeguards for every 300 feet of designating bathing beach shall be on duty at times when any other beach is in operation, except when the designated bathing beach is less than 100 feet, when only one lifeguard is required. Now, I've talked to the lawyers about this. Let me make sure what we understand here, because this is where the beaches are going to say, oh, if you have one beach, like a bay beach, one beach, 100 feet, whatever.
Up to 300, it sounds like.
No. Yeah, you could have 300 feet, right. But one beach, you could have one lifeguard, okay? And that's it. Now, if you have a beach like any other beach where there's multiple, there's half a mile of beach and you have multiple stands, you need to have 2 lifeguards on duty for each stand. Okay, you can't just all of a sudden say we're going to have one lifeguard. Like in whatever beach you're talking about, you have to have 2 lifeguards on duty. Now, the question here is on duty, and I talked to a bunch of captains, and on duty means that you're on the payroll. You could be working out. You don't have to be on the lifeguard stand.
Is that what on duty means?
Well, this is interpretation that we all take. Like, listen, we have breaks. Everybody does breaks. I'll go down and sit on a stand. You have the guys up in the headquarters. You guys working out. So you could. I looked at everybody, and everybody says, hey, listen, you can't. You don't need. What happens when you get off the bench and go down to deal with a hole or talk to somebody?
Well, you're on the beach.
Yeah, right. You're on duty. So on duty,
being on lunch, being on duty.
Well, I think if you're having a lunch at the headquarters, again, that's a good point, Sean, and that's kind of vague what that really means.
It's definitely vague.
Right. But you better have 2 lifeguards who are on the payroll.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're on a stand or not.
Yeah.
Now, let me keep going here. And the other thing, these 2 paragraphs, that means that you have to have a lifeguard stand, which is lifeguards, because it does have in here that you have to be on a lifeguard stand. 300 feet. That's every 300 feet. Can't be 400 feet. Every 300 feet. So you could have them less, but you can't have them.
So 1 MetLife.
Right. So you have to. So additionally, now listen to this though. Additional lifeguards shall be required. Now, when you understand something, when you say shall, it's not may, it's shall, which means you better.
Yeah.
Okay, shall be required depending
Sally shall.
upon bather
the
load.
seashore.
Listen to this. Upon bather load, currents, tides, contour or slope of the beach, and any other condition which may cause change in water conditions. So think about it. You got a packed beach or you got rough ocean. The state of New Jersey is saying you may need more than 2 lifeguards. Just throwing it out there. Okay. Okay. Now
That's a weird one.
yeah. Now, there's other stuff here. All lifeguards shall be identified by distinguishing apparel emblems. Here's another thing. Lifeguards who are assigned to supervision of the bathing beach shall not have duties. I like this one. Lifeguards who are assigned to supervision of the bathing beach shall not have duties that would distract or intrude upon their attention from proper observation of persons in the water. So, there was one beach that got sued. They had the kids putting umbrellas in, and a kid drowned. A person drowned. So they sued. They got $22 million. I heard it's a big case.
Damn.
Also, each lifeguard should be equipped with a whistle. This is state now. There was another thing here. I'm just looking here. Lifeguards, list of emergencies. This is all stuff here, but here, rules for bathing beachers. There's one here that says this lifeguard stand needs to be, talks about surfboards, what you got to have. It's pretty interesting stuff here. Eligible, but can you see, Sean, or I'm looking here?
I can't see it all. I'm way over here.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to see. There's a spot here that talks about you need to have the lifeguard stand 30 feet from the water's edge. Okay?
Which is an ever-changing
right. Well,
spot.
and I think that with that, let me just find it here. I think with that, you have some leeway, and because, it's changing, you have to move it around, and but you understand where you could see now that this could be misinterpreted to where, we're only going to have one lifeguard on the stand. I don't know if anybody is going to take it to that point. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here. I'm just trying to see. Did you see anything here? I'm going to go. What do you think about all of that? Like, what do you think? Do you think the towns are going to try to,
I think they're going to try and cut hours and cut, obviously hire as many people as they can, but it's inexpensive. They weren't.
See, I think this. Let me just talk about this. And you got to have the lifeguard stand 30 feet. I talked to that we try to do that, and I think everybody tries to move stand. But if some beaches have towers, they can't move them.
Yeah.
So I think that they worked with the state, and they said, okay, you could compensate for that. You could put lifeguards in the water, stuff like that. And that's another thing. You say on duty. We have one lifeguard in the stand. We have one lifeguard in the water. So I think that's left up to beach. But the key here is you need to have 2 lifeguards on duty, and you can't do anything. So this whole thing about overtime is a double-edged sword, because what's going to happen is before this, the towns, work as much as you want. They still tried to cut the budget, but we used to work how much overtime?
So much.
Right, and we all did it, and you worked overtime, right? We all did. I used to, 100. You figure.
I used to work like over 60 hours a week.
Yeah, and we used to work, especially when we had 7. We worked from 9 to 7, or 8 to 7, and really racked it up. So now,
remember 9 to 7? What a long day.
Right. So what I'm saying is that the
That
state
shit was brutal.
It didn't even feel long at the time, though. Now in hindsight,
no, but I think that the state.
I guess I was young at the time.
Yeah. But we made a lot of money. But here's the thing: this is a double-edged sword. It sounds great that you should have overtime, but now that you have overtime pay, it might hurt the lifeguards in the long run.
Unfortunately.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless the towns are forced, they can't be forced.
Yeah, the little guys got to be not getting paid because they don't want to. They don't want to pay them.
And you're right. You're going to have to, either cut hours, close beaches. I don't know what you're going to do. It's an interesting thing, but you can't have one lifeguard on a stand either. It says it's pretty straightforward. 2 shall be on duty. So I don't know how it's going to work, unless the town's going to have to come up and just pay the overtime. But think about it. If we work, what do we do? We do a 10 to 5. So what's 10 to 5? How many hours? Is that so it's 9, it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 times 5, right? So if you have a 40-hour now you're there's one lifeguard cannot work then the whole, because we open 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So it's over 40 hours.
It's 7 hours. So 7 days a week. So yeah, it's like 40.
Right. And then you have, on the weekend, you have 9, that's 18 hours. So but basically you could have up to 58. Now that's if you go 9 to 10, you go 10 to 5. The beaches that like La Valette, I know, those guys come in at 9, they work out until 10, but they're being paid at 9. So what are you going to do? Are you going to not pay them? Say, okay, you're not going to get paid.
It sounds like it.
Well, and then here's the other thing. As we're talking, the minimum wage now increased this year.
It's crazy in this world
So
where
it's
like so many kids are getting overweight and everything, and there's this great outlet called Lifeguarding,
And they don't want to do it.
and they don't want to do it.
Well, but listen to this though. Think about this. There's another
They'd rather
pressure.
get that discount from working at McDonald's or whatever.
yeah.
Right. Well, that's the other pressure. The state of New Jersey has mandated minimum wage. So now this year, this January, it goes to $14. Next year, it'll go to $15. So now, if I'm a business, I can't even, if I need a dishwasher, I got to pay that dishwasher $15 an hour. I mean, $14 an hour now, and I got to pay them overtime and Family Leave Act and all this happy hill shit. It's killing small business. I know it sounds like a good thing, but you're taking the free market out of business. You market bare. So now the towns.
So what do you think the solution is to help small businesses in this situation?
Well, I think that we never should have a minimum wage put into place. I think it should be let the market bear, and so that's number one. Number two is, I understand what lifeguards, but it's seasonal.
Under that line of thinking, what do you think businesses like McDonald's and Walmart would pay a worker if there was no minimum wage?
Well, they'll pay him what market bears, what they can. What I mean by that
That's
is
a cop out. What do you think?
No, it's not. No. It's always been like that.
Follow up. Do you think they would ask? Do you think they would pay more than a family-run 7-Eleven or?
I think that well, traditionally it's been what they feel.
Well, I think it's possible they would pay less because they would
definitely
have the people coming in trying to get jobs.
Right. I mean, you're going to pay less. It's business. When you run a business, you tell me you got 5 applicants. Say you and I own a restaurant.
Yeah, Walmart has.
And you tell me
50.
you got 3 guys. We get them for $5. Yeah, that's why what's going to happen there's people who get $20 an hour in these factory jobs around here. You're going to have all these immigrants coming in. They're going to work for $15 an hour. These guys are going to lose their jobs. So, even that, I think that there's also a lot of corruption going on. I don't want to get into a whole big thing, but I've seen it where, they get these people, they pay them a salary. That's another way to get around it. I want to make mention of this. One way around it, I didn't get into it, there's an exemption where
For lifeguards or in general?
No, in
Minimum
lifeguards.
wage?
Well,
Okay.
anything. You could pay somebody a salary. So they
Work
could
them to death.
and you could work them to death. You could say, okay, you're going to get a salary, and say you're going to get $200 a day, and
You're gonna get this much for a summer.
and that's it.
5K, whatever it is.
Whatever you work, and you don't need overtime. Now I don't know how.
Shit, if they said I'll give you 20 grand, I'll work every single day. the
Of
entire
course, for
summer.
3
Yeah.
months.
I won't take a single day off.
Well, there
That's
you
what
go.
people, that's what people say, and then they sign the contract, and they're locked into 20K. They got to fulfill 4 days a week, and start taking days off.
Now we used to get paid by the day. When I first started working, it was, and I think it was like $20, $23 a day. But that was in 1976.
It's good money.
77. Back then,
was big
yeah,
bucks.
You know what? I mean, a beer cost you
take it to the
25
wine
cents.
cellar and
Oh yeah, let me tell you, take $5. Used to go out with $5.
King.
$5.
$5.
You could, because there was big. See this cup here? There were solo cups filled with beer for 50 cents.
Yeah. Now when we go to bars, it's like the little Dixie cups you use for mouthwash.
Right. I can tell you right now, I'd go with $5, right? And we would drink at the Lifeguard house, get a little primed,
Hell yeah.
Probably drink about a 6-pack.
Primed.
We
I've
get,
never
you had,
used
yeah,
that
you had to
one.
get 6-pack.
Pre-game.
Yeah, pregame. So you do
I
about a
wouldn't use
6-pack.
primed.
So then you go out. All you need is a few more beers to just hang in there. So you think about it. I could spend $2.50, and that's 2, 4, 5 beers. That's a lot of beers.
Yeah.
5 beers.
shit, you don't even
Right?
need overtime pay at that
No,
point.
and then
When beer's that cheap.
then I'd have $2.50 left over, and we had a thing where we would never buy anybody a drink, like any girl, they try to get them to buy us a drink because we'd be a bunch. But anyway, you have $2.50. You could buy somebody a drink if you want, or you could get like
Go get a
hamburgers.
slice, yeah.
Hamburgers was like not even $1. Slices were like, I remember, 50 cents. So you could get a slice, a
You can get
hamburger.
a burger for $1.
That's wild.
Not even. It wasn't even. It was like slices were about 30
Jesus.
cents, 50 cents, something like that.
What a beautiful time,
And,
Americana.
and so you were. I'm telling you,
What
$5.
happened to that stuff?
And you bring home. You had change the next morning.
I think we should just go back in time. I think
Go back
that's
in
the
time.
solution.
Listen, I got one great one for
you
you.
know how I feel about nostalgia.
So listen to me. don't put this up yet. So this is a fun one. I want to finish with this because you're gonna love this. So while I was looking at this, this is somebody who came back, right? And this is a great thing here. Don't put it up yet.
Put it up?
No, not yet. Hang on. Let me just get it.
Just let me know when.
Okay, put it up. You're gonna love this one.
Oh.
All right, hang on. You got it up? So here it is. 5. I love this thing. This is some person wrote this. 5 outdated New Jersey beach rules that need to be put to bed immediately.
Where is this coming from?
This looks like
WOBM.
WOBM. You know, it's
Oh,
just somebody
nice.
wrote this.
Yeah.
So it's North Ave. Welcome to Seaside Park. Smoking prohibited on the beach and boardwalk. Lifeguards on duty from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There we talk about it. And so where's the things here? So it says here, we're so lucky, you know, beautiful beaches, but it says there's some old Ocean County beach rules that need to be put to bed once and for all. So here they are. So what is time to end the 5 outdated New Jersey rules? Playing ball.
Nope. So like as in like they want people to
Okay,
feel
many New Jersey beaches don't allow playing ball.
Shut
Some
it
do
down.
have. What's the fun in that? I know safety is concerned, but surely people can figure out a way to play ball without getting in anyone else's way. I've seen other states that allow it and made just fine. Well, I can tell you, on our beach, they start throwing a football and hit somebody in the face and blinds them. You know, I mean, we do let a ball playing, but what do you think about? I mean, it can get dangerous.
I think and how I generally like to do it
hang on a
is
second. Sean, can you put the little thing so we can see Sean
no throwing the ball
in the middle? Put the thing. Yeah.
No throwing
Okay.
cash.
No. Yeah, I'm saying no.
He's
yeah.
gonna make the little window happen. We're gonna have the I don't like when people throw the ball perpendicular with the beach, but if they throw it parallel, I really don't mind.
Okay, but when it gets crowded, people do get hit. The soccer ball
there's
hits
time
people.
and place where when I think it's
I mean,
okay to
I mean,
happen.
I think, but some beaches are cold. No, they don't allow it at all.
we try to be.
Right. So that's number one. You can't get it. You're having a hard time. That's all right. Forget about it. Just go back the way it was. Split. You got to bring the screen back to me.
I
just
got
one way.
this.
Okay, pets on the beach. What do you think about that? So I get the you know, the weirdness behind getting, but some owners just don't clean up against the dogs.
Yeah, I'm a dog
know-
person. I really don't have an issue with no dogs on the beach.
So the strict rules, fine, and not cleaning up your pet. The thing with pets on the beach, right? You said they poop
You
and
can't
they
trust people.
Yeah, so many people
Right.
don't train their
Okay,
dogs.
that's not good. You can't see the thing here.
It's okay. No
No,
one's.
no. What do you mean? People they want to see that.
No, they don't.
How do you know that?
Nobody.
Come on, just put it so we can see it. Because we
There
do.
you go.
If you
turn
just twist your iPad, it looks great.
Twist it.
Yeah, but then I can't see it. No, just do it the
It was
other
more
way.
important. You were the listener.
Just get Sean out of there. You can just put it back. I want.
Sorry, Sean.
It's okay.
Sorry, Sean. Now the next one is grilling and bonfires on the beach. What do you think about that? Grilling and
I
bonfires
don't know
on
how
the
hard
beach.
it is to get the
We do
permit.
that.
Yeah, no, how hard is it to get the permit every year to do that?
Well, but
Well,
no, but
I
when,
mean, we they know it's
They know
coming.
no.
we're
But I'm
gonna
talking
do it,
about
yeah.
during the day, like on a Sunday. You can't have people with hibachis and grills. I mean, it'd be smoke all over the place. There's not. It's I mean, you can't
I've
just.
seen it
Where? What beaches have it?
on my beach. I let that go behind my stand.
Okay,
all
yeah,
summer.
yeah.
Every day.
I
I
say,
think-
yo, you bring me a burger.
We're good. As long as I don't have to pay $1 for it.
You start. We had once where somebody started a fire, a barbecue underneath the boardwalk, right?
That's pretty
and smoke
silly.
was coming
That's
out.
so
I could see
stupid.
it. And what happened was we all ran down, and they actually have trap doors in the casino pier with big fire hoses just for that, because they're the fire will destroy that place. And they shot it down there, and there was burgers and chicken. It was all over the place. The charcoal, and it was just poor people. But they were like, "What are you kidding me?" They started a fire. Here you go. This is the key here. This is the one I wanted to show. Drinking on the beach. So this is, who doesn't want to enjoy a beer in the sand under the warm sun? Let people drink on the New Jersey beaches. Some New Jersey towns do allow open container laws. How do they make it work? With designated areas for safety and rules against public intoxication, disorderly conduct, it's time every Jersey beach follows suit. This would definitely drive more money into the economy. What do you think about that, guys? We know better.
This is a one that, as a professional, is hard to get behind. but
Mhm.
I totally see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never gone to the beaches where that's allowed and really enjoyed myself.
And I could tell you right now, most lifeguard, like most beaches, will tell you if there's a couple sitting there or some nice people, it's it's not exposed and they're drinking and they're not acting like idiots. Most of the time we don't say anything. Now at our beaches, I don't know
that
how
shit doesn't fly on my beach.
Spring Lake and up there, it's like it says no alcohol. There's places that have zero tolerance. The problem is when we didn't control the alcohol, we don't allow alcohol on the beach in Seaside. But when we didn't years ago, some of my worst rescues were people who were drunk in the water. And now there's drugs and everything. But the other, I understand where this person's coming from because you could just go up to the boardwalk. We have, 15 bars on a beach?
More expensive, though.
Well, that's right. So you're hurting the poor people. So what do you think about that?
Well, here's
I think we should just let
here's
people
my
drink.
suggestion. We cut out the middleman, turn every lifeguard stand into also a tiki shack, and sell booze off of the lifeguard stand.
And they tip the lifeguards.
And they tip the lifeguard. You know how much money we can make?
I know. Well, I'm just throwing it. What about this one now? Beach badges, or basically charging for the beach.
Hey, someone's got to get paid to clean it.
Yeah.
Someone's got to get paid to watch it.
But he says other states like Maryland, Florida, California don't have beach badges. So I don't know where they get their money from, but that's
Maryland, I don't get. But, I mean, Florida and California, you can think their tourism is probably out the wazoo.
Well, listen, I'm just throwing it out there. You could go back here. So I thought that was some really neat stuff. People, it's funny when we have people who when you look at other people, they don't understand what we have to deal with. And we get such crowds. When it gets super crowded, playing the ball, people get hurt. The kids get hit. The ball hits somebody in the head. Frisbees hit people in the eyes. So it's not the greatest. Who sent us something? Oh, that's Mike. From China, companies have to make money, and Walmart is on you. Is that for now? He's talking about us.
He was. I mean, if you want to call in,
I don't know if the phone is on.
Is the phone on?
I don't know if I put it on or not.
All right, I'm just gonna give out Catch's personal number.
No, don't. Let me see if this is on. I'll tell him he could call in. You have the phone number?
Jordan Lee, if we can't get you in, we appreciate the comment.
Hang on,
thank you for watching.
I'll put the phone on. Hang on one second. He could call in right now.
Wait, Mr. Catchmore is putting the phone on. So you can call us at 732-237-4949 if you're still tuned in. Are you getting a call?
No, we just turned the phone on.
Hang on, I'm just trying to get it here. I don't know if it's on yet.
I'll say that again. 732-237-4949.
I don't know if he
So
wants
Jordan Lee says, once again, Walmart items come from China. Companies have to make money, and Walmart is not union.
I don't know what he's. I don't know what.
Well, we were talking about.
We're talking about overtime pay and salary,
these
right?
big companies they pay a competitive wage.
Sean, call me on my phone.
That's a good point, Jordan.
What's the number again, Tyler?
732-237-4949.
See if it comes through. Anyway, overtime pay. Oh, there you go.
It's coming through.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to answer it. Hang it up. So we're working. If somebody wants to call us, they could call us. I think it'll go through. It's tough, but
See, that's why we need this thing at the bottom. It wasn't up.
But we were looking at the red board. Yeah. The thing with the overtime in New Jersey, that's another whole issue. I didn't want to get into it. I just want to make sure that people who watch this understand that the state of New Jersey has spoken. They've won after 3 beach patrols, and it's inequivocal. It's definitely you have to pay overtime.
And you could be next.
And you are going to. Well, they're going to. They supposedly. There's another article that said they reached out to 57 beach patrols, and I was told by people that. I was told
Is this our friend?
Hello. Let's see if he gets it here. Jordan, can you hear us? Hang on.
Put on speaker, Cash.
Put
it up
on
against your
speaker or
ear,
something.
Cashmore, so you can talk to them.
No. Let's see if we get it. Well, we're trying. I haven't used this for a while.
You're
Can you hear us? Hang on 1 second. Hang on.
We apologize.
Well, we're trying. We haven't had the phone on for a while. So,
Don't you need to plug it into the Rodecaster?
No. It picks up Bluetooth. Hang on a second. Can you hear us? Let me try one thing, Denise. Hang on. We don't have it here. For whatever reason, we didn't have it connected.
For what?
So it's going. Sorry, Denise, not working. We had a caller in, but for I
Who's
think,
is Denise
on.
a friend of yours, or is
no,
Denise
it's my sister.
Oh, hi.
Can you hear us? Just let me hang up and call us right back. We'll try. We have a technical difficulty here.
your sister just called the show?
Yeah, that's Jordan is my brother-in-law.
Oh,
So just hang up for a second, Denise. Hang up. Let's try it again. Let me see if I can Bluetooth it here.
geez, here I am thinking we have a fan that's not one of our girlfriends or family members.
We'll get him next time.
How sad is that?
What's that? Yeah, I'm going to have to redo this. It was shut off. Sorry, guys. We can't get you on the phone. I don't know how to do it here. It's going to take me too long to here, Wi-Fi. Hang on. Let me see if I get a Wi-Fi. It's a Bluetooth connection. And it's going to take too long to putz around. So anyway, the thing with the we have to deal with this another time. My phone is. I didn't know we were going to do this. I just want to make a point about this overtime stuff. It's very important to understand that the state of New Jersey has spoken, right, and it's a done deal. They are investigating, and you're going to have to go forward in New Jersey, pay lifeguards overtime. It's the law. The federal government, unless the state of New Jersey fights, or the federal government, unless the state of New Jersey or people say, fight the state and say, no, we don't want to do this, the towns could do that, and, say we're going to follow the federal government. But that's a law thing, and it doesn't appear to be the case. So that's it. And these towns had to pay $400,000. So think about all the beaches now. I don't know, if they're going to make them pay it back, but it's at least one thing. It's only going to go back, 3-4 years? So 2019. So 19, 20, 21, 22. So 4 years. Well, that's it. And I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know what the beach patrol is going to do, but I can tell you right now, I looked at the state laws. You got to have 2 lifeguards on duty. I don't know what on duty means.
True.
And that's kind of vague, but I think most of us, it means that you need to be on the payroll. You don't have to be on the stand. I think that's a little bit too much, because you got to work out, you got to have breaks, But when our guys sit in the headquarters, if something happens, they're right down there.
Yeah.
So they're on duty. I know lifeguards in certain towns, when they walk to the restaurant or go on the boardwalk or go to the bathroom, they carry a can with them. So, they run right back, So, I think that's good. And plus, we have supervisors sitting on the stands. We try to do the best we can. And you make a good point, Sean. I just want to follow up on that. We can't get kids. Kids can't pass the test. You think about, you're smoking pot all day long. You're getting fat. You're not working out. It's hard. It's not an easy job. And I think that what the towns are going to have to do is, like Jordan's, thinking, they need to do some soul searching, and maybe they got to pay. Maybe the lifeguards need to get paid. And when you talk about McDonald's and Burger King, what are they paying now? What can you make at McDonald's as a starting pay?
Damn near as much as us.
Isn't it like 14, 15?
No,
sure.
I hear $20 someplace.
At McDonald's?
I've seen signs there, $20 starting.
Dang.
Starbucks, and you get free food, and there's a lot of things, But then again, you don't get what we get on the beach. You get the beautiful day. You're out there.
Vitamin D.
You're working out. You're making rescues. You're training.
D.
I think that we have a lot of good things to offer, and but like I said, the cat's out of the bag, if so to speak, if the expression.
People got to pay overtime.
But the thing, I just remember, you got to pay overtime. The federal government. That was an opinion later, and forget about it. Even though they're saying that you can't go, state of New Jersey is overriding the federal law, and I think that's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And you need, again, 2 lifeguards on each stand on duty, 300 feet apart. The lifeguard stand's got to be as close to the water as possible, and a couple of things that are in my opinion, you got to have a board or some kind of lifeguard boat. So
All
anything,
the standard procedure stuff.
yeah. Anything, Tyler, you want to say? That's it.
Follow us on Instagram.
Like and subscribe.
Turn
on notifications.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we'll work on the phone, Jordan. Next time we have a thing, we'll have our phone. We're going to work on it right now. I don't know what happened. We weren't prepared.
We're going to be ready on that.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. We weren't ready, and we didn't know if somebody was going to call in. But now we know that Jordan's on top of things. We didn't know you were such a union man. Well, he works he was my sister and my brother-in-law were Army. He was, I think, my sister was communication. I think he did something with helicopters, but he works as a postman now. So I guess that's a union job, right? And he delivers mail and stuff like that. So, I wish we could have talked to him. It would have been great. What time are we here? Yeah, that's good. We could pack it in.
Oh yeah.
I know
Let's
you
wrap
guys
it
are tired.
up.
So listen, everyone, thank you for watching. This is Lifeguards Off Duty with Dr. Michael Katchmar. What are we talking about? All right. That's too loud, man. I gotta keep it. Oh, my God. Stay out and stay alive. Stay out and stay alive.
Stay out and stay alive.
Stay out. Stay alive.
All right. Follow us. Thank you very much. Take care.